All right, guys, I wanted to get one more video out before I get ready to turn in for the evening, as it's been a long day and I'm fairly tired. But I was reviewing bills today as I'm getting everything paid, for January, and insurance, our car insurance had gone up. This is an advertisement for any auto insurers. I'm not going to be saying their name in here, but this particular auto insurer had raised our rates. And some backstory: my partner had an at-fault accident, and they paid out for it, but it wasn't a big deal because we have accident forgiveness, large accident forgiveness, because I've been with them for a while, and my partner's on the policy, and so it still covered her for that. But our rates did jump by about $40 per month, and I was a little concerned as to why. So not too long after I saw the rate increase, this is a few months back, I had questioned it, because I was asked, you should always question those things. And I said, well, why did this go up? And they're like, well, looks like it's just going up because of the accident. I was like, but it's one accident. We haven't had other accidents. They had no other information at the time. And so I was a little upset with it, but it's like, what are you going to do? And quoting someplace else isn't going to do any good at this point, because I've been with this company for so long. The discounts just aren't going to carry anywhere. And anybody that's like, here, you should try here, I already know. I'm not looking for a broker. Already been through that path. The rate has been as low as it's going to get. Anyway, so I decided while going through bills that I was still unhappy with that. So I called back and I pushed a little bit harder. And I didn't follow my mantra initially, which you should always follow this mantra. You don't stop asking questions until you get a reason. Not a no, but a reason. So if somebody just keeps telling you no, then you need to ask why. Why is it a no? What is the reasoning behind that? You stop pushing and asking questions once you get a reason for that no. That's any situation in your life. Health, auto, whatever it is. If you're just being told that's what it is and that's it, you need to know more. They should be able to tell you specifically what it is. So anyway, I pushed. And they revealed to me that the reason it jumped is the large accident forgiveness was negated because we had the windshield replaced 4 years ago. I have in my policy, they include a windshield rider. So I pay them $50. They come out, replace the windshield, and that's the end of it. Did not know they count that as an accident. So be aware that if you have a windshield rider that you pay a deductible to get the windshield done, they will count it essentially as an accident, and it will can negate, I should say. In the case of this insurance provider, it will negate your large accident forgiveness if that windshield replacement is within 5 years of the accident. That's an at-fault accident. It counts as an accident. So I'm sure it's in the 100-something pages of fine print they have, but that should be more visible in the policy. I think you can turn that off. I don't know if it's a thing or not, but if you're going to have a rider like that, don't count it as an accident. Broken windshield happens. Paying a $100 deductible for a $400 windshield should not put you in the same position as having a major auto accident. So just so you're aware, that's a thing that can happen. Again, this isn't an advertisement for that company. I mean, you can tell by now it's not. And I'm not going to put their name here, but read through your documentation. If you don't want to read through it, a simple phone call to your insurer and ask them. It's like, hey, if I use the windshield replacement option, will that count as an accident and negate my large accident forgiveness? Ask that so you know, because that could be very important. And I didn't know, really, you can only use that once every 5 years. Both the large accident forgiveness and the windshield rider in combination. So you don't get a huge breadth of time on that. But what other option do a lot of us have, right? Because if I told you could get your windshield replaced for $50 or $100, right? It was 50 in our case, if I didn't say it before. Sorry. I'm getting tired. It is late for me. Today anyway. But for us, it was 50. Some I know it's 100. So if you pay that, obviously you're going to do that, right? Because you don't want to be putting out $300-$400 or more for a windshield. So they make it sound like a sweet deal, but it sounds like it's a way for them to screw you out of large accident forgiveness if you need it, because all of us have accidents. Sometimes we're at fault, and you shouldn't be penalized so badly for replacing just a windshield. So anyway, guys, that's just what I wanted to let you know on that. I wanted to get this video out before I forgot about it and it left my mind. And I kind of use this platform to get these things out because they are upsetting. But all in all, the accident, that's what raised the premium, not the windshield rider, but it negated the large accident forgiveness. So in about another year, we'll have it back. But it's still a little dismaying because I need to get my windshield replaced, and I would have, because people during the winter here, the roads get torn up, they kick up rocks is what happens. And so a rock will hit your windshield, chip it, and then you get like a crack out. Mine isn't so bad that I can't drive my vehicle. I can keep driving my vehicle because it's below a certain level. And so here in Colorado, they don't seem to care. It has to be like blocking your view. It has to be in the way. And in this case, it's not. It's just a straight line below the wipers, and they don't care about that. because I have asked about that. The law in Colorado can be vague about that. It just says that it can't be obscuring, but that really can be a discretionary issue for the officer. So anytime I'm worried, I'll go ask a cop. I'll say, like, hey, is this a problem? Do I need to get this replaced? Because generally they'll tell me yes or no, and everyone that I've talked to police-wise, they've never said anything. Now, I haven't had an issue getting pulled over anything in years. I mean, years. I think the last time it was in my 20s, and I was in Oklahoma. So, a long time ago. Anyway, that's just my 2 cents for you guys. Just check your insurance policies, and be sure that you're aware of what's going to negate some of the benefits of your plan, even though you think you may be completely safe with that. Just be aware. And it's always worth a phone call or reading through your policy documents. I prefer to call rather than try to comb through. Insurance policies can be quite dense in the paperwork and in the number of pages, and I don't have the time to read through all that. So I will skim stuff, but it is something that you should probably call your insurance provider and say, like, hey, if this happens, will this happen? Ask them about this situation and see what they tell you. Again, I don't know if I should name the company or not, so I'm not, just to be cautious. But yeah, do with that what you will, you guys, and there's some information for you. So good luck. Hope that helps.